Hi, I'm Eden Radvani, Director of Analytics at Coastal and Product Owner for CRM Analytics, Tableau, and Tableau Next. Today, I'm talking about Tableau Interoperability and the ability to action forward the data and insights from Tableau Cloud through to the CRM with Tableau Next using the Tableau Plus SKU. So I'm landed here in Tableau Cloud on today's Tableau Pulse, where I have a number of metrics that I follow. I have an insight summary that actually gives me high-level detail about my different metrics, and I can see how those are trending over time. Within Tableau Cloud, because I have the underlying data source, I can also build my own visuals from this page. I can take the insights I have here and build a more custom view. So if I open up a workbook with the data set behind it, I can see the source level fields and also have a blank canvas to work with. But I might be new to working with this data source, and that's where Tableau Agent can be very useful as a support tool for me. So I can ask questions of Tableau Agent like, summarize this data set. If I'm interacting with it for the first time and I need to understand what type of data I have to work with, this can be a great place to start my exploration. When I summarize this data set, I should get a natural language response back that tells me that this data set includes information about appointments, expected revenue, contribution margins, and patient postal codes. And this gives me some context to start my exploration. I can go from what I have within my pulse metrics and this insight summary to actually begin to build a view. But I can also use the agent for that. I can ask it to show me a view of the appointment data that is called out, grouped by the postal code, and see what type of visual might start my exploration. And with the agent, again, a simple prompt can land me on a page where I have that level of detail, and I can actually already start my exploration from 3 steps ahead of where I would be if I was doing this manually. So this data is great. It's very impactful. I can start building out views and maybe a dashboard in Tableau Cloud. But what if this would be more impactful within the CRM connected to our Salesforce data? If I navigate over now to Data Cloud, you actually see that I can build out a semantic model within Tableau Next using Tableau as my source. I can connect to a published data source from Tableau Cloud and activate that forward into Tableau Next. And what that looks like is a semantic model that has Tableau Cloud published data source as its source. Now, in this view, I have the ability to see row level data. I have all of my fields. I've actually also added descriptions to them. So if I'm looking at caregiver region, for example, I can see that this is the region that the caregiver operates in. This will be important when we start interacting with Agentforce and see how we can actually be a lot more dynamic in the way that we discuss data with the system. The other thing that I have here are metrics well defined. So I can continue that lineage that I had from Tableau Cloud with my Pulse metrics to these Tableau Next metrics. And where this really comes alive is when we land into a dashboard. So this view is built on that source, and we have the lineage through from Tableau Cloud into the CRM with Tableau Next and the semantic layer. And now I have my Pulse metrics in the context of a dashboard. I have these as my KPI cards that have the trend over time, the AI insights, the comparison to a prior period. And that's intertwined with visuals that I can interact with to see how my no-show appointments trended over time or how they're broken down by different regions. But beyond the dashboard with Agentforce, I have the ability to actually start a conversation in a much more dynamic way. I can point out one of my KPIs and actually ask how is that KPI trending and get a response. And I can continue that conversation to do a deeper dive into the data, all through lineage and interoperability with the other Tableau products that you already know. So we see this being very powerful. This is going to be impactful with the Tableau Plus SKU, and we see it being a big value add for all of our customers.